You clicked Ages 100 race for $250,000. And suddenly you're rooting for a 7-year-old in a penalty shootout. That's not just entertainment, it's a masterclass in how rewards steer human behavior. This matters right now because big, viral challenge videos are basically the global town square. They're watched by hundreds of millions, remixed into shorts, reacted to by streamers, and copied by creators everywhere. And behind all the spectacle, relays, dodgeball, team twists, final showdowns, there's a simple engine powering your attention: the reward. The prize, the we're so close feeling. If you understand how that engine works, you're harder to manipulate, not just online, but in money, work, and even scams. The book excerpt you just heard has one core idea: reward is valuation engineering. Rewards don't just motivate you. They can distort what you think is worth your time, energy, emotion, and money. Games do it with energy bars and spin wheels. Scammers do it with tiny early payouts and bigger one-last-step demands. And platforms do it with incentives that keep you chasing the next hit of progress. So let's use Ages 100 race for $250,000 as a clean, real-world case study. Not because the video is a scam, it's not presented that way in the recent coverage, but because it shows the same psychological levers in a safer, more visible form. Claim a big reward doesn't only attract viewers, it makes you invest, and once you invest, you value finishing more than you value the prize itself. Think about the structure we know from the recent context. 100 contestants, ages 1 through 100, competing in multiple challenges. Relay race, dodgeball, a team don't take relay, and then a final penalty shootout for the $250,000. Notice what happens inside you as you watch. At first you're curious, how is a 1-year-old even in this? Then you pick favorites. You start tracking who got eliminated by decade. Then there's escalation, team-based chaos, then a final skill test. And the ending is almost designed to be replayed. A 7-year-old versus a 28-year-old, with the 7-year-old's shooting distance setting the bar. That's not just a game. That's a pipeline from curiosity, right arrow attachment, right arrow commitment. And once you're committed, the psychological pain of stopping, of not knowing who wins, feels bigger than the cost of continuing. Even if the cost is just your time and attention. When you feel I have to see how this ends, pause and name it. Your brain is protecting an investment you already made: attention, emotion, identity. I'm rooting for them. That's the same almost there pull the excerpt warns about. Claim the most powerful motivator isn't the prize, it's the gap between where you are and almost winning. In many game scams or even normal mobile games, the design is, you run out of energy right before you move. The system nudges you to buy just a little more to finish. Now translate that to a challenge video structure. You don't buy energy, but you do pay with attention. The edit and pacing can create that same cliff edge feeling. Only a few spots left. Last 5 are out. Next challenge decides everything. Final showdown. And because the format eliminates people in chunks, it creates repeated mini-cliffhangers. You finish one segment and your brain goes, okay, but now I need the next one. That's why these videos generate reaction clips and shorts. Each segment is a dopamine-shaped unit. Not because viewers are dumb, but because the design matches how real motivation works. Picture someone watching on their phone at 1 o'clock a.m. They tell themselves 1 more minute. Then the relay ends and it cuts to dodgeball. Okay, I'll stop after dodgeball. Then the teams get picked. Okay, I'll stop after teams. Then it's the penalty shootout. Now stopping feels impossible because you're not chasing $250,000. You're chasing closure. If you want your time back, don't only ask, is this fun? Ask, is this reward making me chase the feeling of finishing? If yes, set a boundary before you hit almost there. That's when self-control is cheapest. Claim the key skill is separating real rewards from manufactured incentives, because both feel good in the moment, but only one pays you back long-term. The excerpt points out loyalty schemes and productivity bonuses that reset, forcing constant output. The reward looks like value, but MrBeast video didn't just go viral, it spun off cross-promotion, merch mentions, view stats, and whatnot giveaways. They are described as having large prize pools, even up to headline-grabbing items like a Lamborghini. Again, that's not automatically bad. It's business. But here's the psychological point. Once rewards enter the ecosystem, attention turns into a currency that gets traded for more incentives. So the question becomes, who is the reward for it? For the contestant, $250,000 is a real reward. For the viewer, the reward is excitement and belonging, real but fleeting. For the platform and creator economy, your watch time is the real prize, because it converts into reach, sales, and momentum. Takeaway, a real reward leaves you with something durable: skills, relationships, health, money saved, a project finished. A manufactured reward often leaves you with one thing: the urge to keep going. The lesson isn't don't watch MrBeast. It's when a reward pulls you into almost there. Remember, you're not just watching a game. You're being taught what to value. If you want more scripts like this, where we decode the psychology behind what you're already scrolling, follow, and next time you feel that pull, ask, am I getting a real reward? Or just being engineered to chase one?